actually don't do custom games. But 1v1s, 2v2s, I like them all. So if you guys could send those to LAWL lol KATS26 at hotmail.com, then I could commentate and read and upload your games onto YouTube with Broody. Him and I like to cast those games and upload them. So if you guys would ever want to do that, send as many games as you can, because the more replays I get, the more casting we can do, and the bigger I get. And the more games that Broody and I can upload. So the game's going to be on Shakura's Plateau. We have Punany in the bottom left-hand corner, and as our red Terran, and in the right corner we have nYqSmorty in the bottom right-hand corner as the blue Protoss, and there's the GLHF for Smorty. Broody's going to be right back to show you guys what's going on. Broody back? Broody?
Yo, I'm back.
Okay, good. We started the game.
Alright, perfect. So,
Yep,
do you want to give introductions?
I already gave the introductions.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, we're good. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Perfect. Alright, so yeah, Smorty throwing down that pylon, and he's not going to be doing it next to the ramp, so he...
In front of the buildings and comp ups.
Banshee, early Ghost, lots of mech play. It could be anything.
Now, I'd like to point out one thing. Smorty has not yet scouted the hidden barracks of Punany yet. There's actually two being hidden, and he is slowly making his way across the map while he's scouted, and he does see it, so now he knows that it's not generally a proxy, but he might be thinking it's an almost all-in type play, so I think he'll be prepared for this, at the very least.
So, this is what's going on. I'm thinking Punany is going to... Yep, he canceled the barracks. He's going to be doing one Rax or fast expand. He's getting up a reactor, so that's actually really interesting. Most people keep the second barracks, and then they will just get tons of bunkers at the front, turtle for quite a while, and then they'll do a big bio push. But with the reactor, he could transition into Hellions or into double medevac play, double Vikings, which is really good against Colossus. He could do a lot of openings with this.
Oh, I agree 100%. One thing I'd like to point out is that Smorty actually opted for the fast stalker, and he's going to be rallying it directly to the base of Punany, and thankfully for Punany, he is throwing up a bunker and starting his marine production, so I think he might be safe right now, as an SCV also passes the stalker with a little high five, and that's also slows Smorty down.
There's a little pinch on the butt right there for the stalker, and the stalker got so aroused he actually fell in love with the SCV and is now chasing him all the way to the home base. There's a pylon that got thrown down for Smorty in the bottom left-hand corner. It's next to the destructible rocks. I've never actually seen a placement right there before, because it can't warp up directly into the base. It can't really go anywhere, so I think it's just supposed to be like a really close proxy pylon.
Yeah, almost kind of maybe to be used for a bit later, and he's going to be scouting up the ramp with the Pro first, definitely a good idea. And it was taken out, and the stalker decides, you know what, this is definitely a fast expansion, I'm going to throw up my own. So a bit late on the draw as we look at the harvester count. It is actually higher for Smorty, but you know, with the added mules and the more kind of mineral patches to be mined from, he is getting a higher income, about 400 minerals higher, 300. So we're going to see what's going to happen with that.
I just got word that you need to actually widen the StarCraft stream, the StarCraft screen on your stream, so because everything is really hard to see.
Oh, sorry guys. And that is done right now. Perfect.
All right, excellent. Thank you for that little bit of advice. Yep, no problem. All right, moving on into the game. Do you think we're going to be seeing a really fast third expansion from either of these players?
You know what? Judging by how Punany kind of handled the last game and having his all-marine composition right now, I think that he might try to push out with his Marines, because if he sees the composition of Smorty right now, he's going to understand that he might have some kind of leeway, especially once Stim hits, and we got about 100 seconds left on Stim, so that might not be for a little while, but his Marine count's going to be soaring. I think once he pushes, he will try to opt for that third, but from Smorty, I think he's going to try to, you know, kind of boost his Colossi tech before he tries to take a third base.
And a big pointer is that you actually can't do anything against Stalkers with only Marines unless you have Stim. You gotta have Stim to charge into the Stalkers, and you have to have that advantage because they have the range advantage. They also have the speed advantage without Stim. So you have to have that Stim, and until then, Punany's going to be in a huge disadvantage because the whole time Smorty's just going to be able to poke up the ramp, hit, poke up the ramp, hit again. It's going to be really messy.
Oh, and a slight engagement coming down, and bunkers are being thrown down by Punany, but I don't think that Smorty is going to be dedicated to this push at all, really. He actually is warping in more stalkers at the base, so maybe he might try to break him, and a observer is actually watching overhead to kind of see what's happening, but Punany answers that with a quick missile turret. This is you.
Okay, a lot of Stalkers being taken down. One Stalker goes down. A lot of Marines are getting stuck behind the force fields. Those are really, really good force fields. Once these bunkers get up, though, there's not going to be a lot that Smorty can do. He was just a little bit too late on that push, and now he's going to have to crawl back home. I think what Smorty needs to do right now is to macro up really, really hard, tech up to Colossus, which is what he seemed to be doing, throwing down the robotics bay, and double pylons getting thrown down. That was actually very, very good for Punany to do.
Oh, indeed, I agree. He's playing a mind game right now, Smorty is, and Punany kind of answered back with, yo, you're not coming in my base, and I really don't want you to see what I'm doing. I think after an engagement like this, it would be an okay idea for Punany to set up a third expansion, but maybe he's going to wait for his double medevac production and a couple of Marauders first to kind of ensure his safety as Smorty returns home to main base.
Right now, we need to see some drop play, in my opinion. He has that robotics bay, and he could either go for Colossus, which is actually what he seems to be doing. I don't know what he should be doing right now. This push is coming, but I don't think this is going to be enough to take out Smorty right now. Once that Colossus pops out, he needs to be chrono boosting that. I don't know if he should be chrono boosting the... Okay, he's chrono boosting the Colossus now. Very good play. He's sending a probe right now to scout. Oh, he put two medevacs full of units, and he's going to be doing a drop directly into the mineral line, so these sentries cannot force field him forever. He's got the rest of his units going back, and it's just going to be a two-base drop play. However, if this is not going to be very good. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. These sentries are going to force field the... Yeah, there's the force field, so they can't get away, and yep, just easily cleaned up.
Drop denied.
No harm done. Yeah, drop completely denied. There's going to be no chance of actually doing any real damage with these two medevacs. Now he's sending the rest of his units down, and I think he's just going to try to drop all into the main base and snipe this robotics bay. And he's... Oh, big thing right here. Smorty is actually getting the graviton drive, or what is it called? Gravitic drive? I don't know. That's actually what it's called. Graviton boosters is what they call them in Brood War. So he's actually getting that, so it increases the speed of warp prisms. So that does mean he's going to do some special tactics. And he's currently doing a drop with 4 Marauders, and these Marauders are 0-1 compared to these Stalkers that are 0-0. So they are going to be doing a lot of damage. And he didn't actually clean up any of these Marauders because he's pushing up in the front. Go ahead, take it.
The main army actually pushes up to the front, and with good micro, Punany manages to lift up the force fielded units back into the medevac and drop them behind lines so they can engage the Zealots firsthand. The drop was an excellent play, and now the Vikings are joining the fray to kind of handle that Colossus. I think Punany might actually take the game right here, stimming units from behind and rallying them in from his own base. He's pushing right through the main and taking out every single unit. There's almost no answer right now from Smorty as he pulls his probes from the line, warping in Zealots to deal with this, but you know what, I don't think that's enough, and I think the good game might be called here.
Yeah, you've got to have that charge when you're dealing with a bio play. When you're using a lot of high zealot play, then you need to have that charge so it can just directly run up into the bio army. The bio will focus fire at the zealots, but until you have that, you're just not going to be able to do very effective with the zealot. The Colossus is out now, and he's going to have to lift up and go away. Very good push by... Oh, he's dropping back into the main base.
Oh my god, yeah, he's actually going to hopefully heal up a bit before he pushes, because Punany, or Smorty, has no idea this drop actually happened. He thinks
he
he's
needs
safe.
to snipe this Colossus. He needs to snipe this Colossus right now before he gets the reaction. Okay, oh my gosh, he sniped the robotics base. Is he going to lift up? Oh, I don't actually... I don't know if he's actually going to get these medevacs away in time. Oh, one of them goes down, but it was empty, so very lucky right there.
And you know what Artosis says? He kind of says, you know, if you're ahead, get more ahead, but by the looks of it, he's gearing up for another push, still streaming units in, and here we go. He actually has, Punany has set up his third base and is going to be moving out. If we take a look...
5 Zealots getting warped in, trying to pick up a lot of these sentry SCVs, but I think it was a little bit too early. This third base is going to be denied, but it's going to get cleaned up rather easily by all these units coming back, and I just don't see how Protoss is going to come back into this army. He's back into this game. He's pushing out with his Protoss army right now, but I don't see this going down very well.
No, neither do I. You know, there is 4 Vikings on the field, and I believe I saw that they were getting upgrades. Yeah, ship weapons level 1, so they're about halfway down, and he's deciding to engage right now anyway. Perhaps not the best idea for Punany to do right now, but he has sniped the Colossus, so you know, his army is relatively safe for the time being, picking off another Viking there. And you know what, we'll take a look at the income tab right quick, as both players are about even, kind of exchanging, and with the mules dropped, Punany actually pulls a bit ahead.
What we need to see right now from Protoss is either a really, really big push from, or a really big 2-base push with upgrades and everything, and he's actually getting the shield upgrade right now, which is something I do not agree with.
You know what, I think it would be actually a good idea, because he is making the transition into Charge Lot Archon, so to have that extra kind of beef in his army composition would be a great thing. As you see now, he is adding a lot of zealots.
You're right, he is going for the Zealot Archon mix, and that is exactly what he needs to do right now. Hopefully, there are ghosts being made, so that's not going to work out too well for him. Does he have charge yet? Oh my gosh, he still doesn't have charge. It's almost done finishing. There's 30 more seconds, and that's all the time he has before this game is... he needs to wait that much longer, or this game is going to be GG. Punany needs to push right now before these Archons morph in, and I think it's going to be a little bit too late. Yep. Turret infantry weapons level 3, and here comes the big stim.
This is a bad idea, I believe, but I mean, Charge has just finished it, but without the inclusion of his ghosts in this army. Actually, you know what, he is doing a good idea of losing these Vikings. He's kind of setting himself up to lose a bit later if a Colossus exchange happens, and he is actually cleaning up this push whole-handedly. Punany just kind of stimming back and kiting the Zealots. He's taking this out. I think we might hear a GG momentarily.
Yep, there's the GG from Smorty. Very good game played by Punany, and we are going to see a game number 3.